Hello everyone, this is Kyle at Mill Street Gardens, and today I'm going to give you a perennial bloom tour. So the reason why we're doing a tour of the perennials and not the annuals is the annuals are always blooming and they're always looking really pretty, and the perennials only bloom for a couple weeks during the year. So we just want to give you an idea of what perennials are blooming right now so you can get some inspiration or just some enjoyment of viewing the video of what sorts of perennials you can add to your garden. We'll start right up front with this beautiful deutzia, the yucky cherry blossom. So this is a nice shrub that stays shorter than a normal sized deutzia. Only gets 1 to 2 feet tall and wide, and gets these cherry blossom type blooms. So it's a nice option. We've been showing our 9 barks a lot on Facebook. So here is what the blooms look like on them. We got a bunch of different varieties of those, and they're all blooming right now. And then we got some ground cover phlox, which is a nice spring color. And we have our salvia up here too. This is a sky blue salvia, which is just one of our salvias, and it's been blooming for a really long time. So what we're going to do in like a week or so, once this is finally done, is we're going to chop it back and give it some fertilizer, and then it'll start blooming again, probably like 4 to 6 weeks from now. So it's something you can do to your perennials. A lot of them you can cut them back and you'll get a second or third bloom on them. And then I paired it with this Firefly Peach Sky yarrow. And it's just starting to bloom, so it's going to be really beautiful. Yarrow is really long bloomed. It says it blooms from early to late summer. So once it starts blooming, it kind of like maintains the blooms on them for a really long time, and it holds them for a really long time. Let's look at some of our shade stuff over here. So the astilbes are just starting to bloom. They're sending up their bloom spikes. So you'll notice that they'll send up those spikes first, but there's no flowers on them yet. So most of the astilbes are just starting. Well, actually, that's a lie. It's just the purple candles and the Bressingham Beauty that are blooming right now. The pumila, no blooms yet, and then the fennel has the red ones that are starting to bloom. A lot of the coral bells are starting to bloom. A lot of these, if you deadhead them, will bloom throughout the season. So we got this guy right here. Our Marvelous Marbles have been blooming like non-stop since, I don't know, like a month now. Our Purple Palace coral bells are starting to bloom. The Lady's Mantle sends out these green flowers, which are really pretty. So that's different. And we still got Bleeding Hearts going. Over in this area, we have our peonies. So this is a pretty one called, what's that pink one called? Sarah Bernhardt. They're beautiful and they smell amazing. Get back in there. Okay, and then we have this white one over here. This one's Shirley Temple, I believe. And then we got some other yarrows. Our beautiful yellow coronation, or coronation yellow yarrow. We got our Weigela just starting to get out of bloom. So that's been blooming for a while. That's the Wine and Spirits Weigela. The Juga's done. Our hollyhocks, some of them are just starting to send up some bloom spikes. The plants themselves are getting pretty big, which is nice. These are the Lady's Mantle again, and our drumstick alliums are starting to bud up. This Amazonia has been blooming for a while. It has beautiful periwinkle blue flowers, which is nice. Some more of the Achillea. Here's our fairy hair goat's beard. So this one's nice because it has that ferny foliage and it stays kind of small. But we also have the regular goat's beard that's just starting to send up their bloom spikes. The hello yellow butterfly weed is getting ready. Coreopsis is getting ready but not quite there. The hydrangeas, we got our oak leaf hydrangeas. You know, they're not blooming yet, but they're setting buds. So I guess this is a bud and bloom toy. And the arborescens or the Annabelle type hydrangeas are starting to set bud too. All right, back to actual blooms. We have our Adriatic bellflower. That's looking really nice. This one's kind of blooming whenever it wants to. The Campanula rapido blue. That had a long bloom season on it. Our perennial bachelor buttons. Our coreopsis. Alright, not much happening in the hydrangeas yet. They're usually like a summer flowering, but then their flowers last for the rest of the season. Over here, the cardinal flowers are getting ready. The gay feather, or the liatris, that's what it's called, is getting ready. Oh yeah, the dianthus is looking really nice. Look at that dianthus, it's pretty. It smells nice too, I think. Yep, smells like a carnation. Our sea holly is blooming. So the blooms on this one turn blue, which is kind of cool. We've got some blooms on our euphorbia, although I don't think it's supposed to be blooming yet. Let's see what the tag says. Oh yeah, blooms late spring. Guess it is supposed to be blooming. Cool. Cone flowers are starting. We got one of our Cheyenne spirits. And then we got some Gaillardia, or the blanket flower, red shades. These have really pretty flowers on them. This geranium has been blooming for a long time. Late spring to midsummer, so it's got a long bloom time on him. Our Roseanne is a different type of geranium. We only got one of these plants left. This has a really pretty bloom on it. We have one more geranium in production, and I'm just waiting for it to get larger, and it's blooming right now. But we don't have it on the sales floor because it's too small. All the lavenders, or the Hidcote lavender, is definitely blooming right now, and the phenomenal lavender is getting ready. Look at that. These are some serious lavender plants right here. All of our Shasta daisies are full of buds and full of little plants, so they'll be pretty in a week or so. Go sneak back over here. This is our cat's meows nepeta, or cat mint. This is just like a really nice ornamental cat mint. Very pretty, doesn't spread. There's another plant where after it blooms you can shear it back and then you'll get a rebloom. We have two different types of Monarda. This one's just starting, that's the really pink one. And then this blue moon one is really, really pretty. And they're just loaded with flowers. And they smell really nice. Check out him. This is quite the orange color. It's like very vibrant. It looks like radioactive almost. So that's our Prince of Orange poppy. Our beard tongue, which is like a taller panicle flower that looks really pretty in the garden, is blooming right now. It's covered with cottonwood fuzz, unfortunately, but they get like blooms. Oh, see that right there? The bees like to crawl inside of it, which is really cute. Where'd you go, Mr. B? Okay. And then we got lots of stuff that'll be blooming later in the season. Interestingly, we have ground cover sedum. The gold moss sedum's blooming right now. And they actually will spread by seed, because I find the seedlings of these guys popping up everywhere. Here's that little redhead just starting to bloom. Here's more of that salvia. I've been telling everyone that the two colors of salvia together is really pretty. Some things that are just starting to get ready to bloom are the blue Skywalker Veronica. That's a really nice plant. We got lots and lots of perennials. Oh, let me go back over here to finish off our shade perennials. So our Empress Wuhostas starting to bloom. They're sending up these giant bloom spikes. Ferns are blooming. Isn't that cool? So this one's the cinnamon fern and sends up like these, I don't know if that's why they call them cinnamon ferns, because they send up those brown spikes. All of our primroses are looking good. All these different colors. Oops. Pretty. All right, let's go finish the rest of our sun perennials. It's been windy. I see some trees knocked over. Got to go fix those. All right, so the roses are definitely blooming right now. So we got our Atlas rose. It's a really pretty rose with the orange color. We have our red colored Urban Legend rose. The Senorita rose has been really pretty. This is like the faded, because it's been around for a while, and this is what they look like when they open. The Reminiscent Crema, oh, here's a bloom I think might be good to show. I know that one's spent. All the pretty ones have been selling. I don't have a good one to show of that. But they're loaded with buds. And the Lilac Days is just starting to go. So the lilac color. So we got lots of different colored roses here. Oh, and our clematises are blooming too. So I'm gonna turn this one around actually. That's where all the flowers are facing the other direction. Here's the Happy Jack purple one. Nice, pretty purple clematis. Some of them are loaded with blooms. Not blooming yet, but look for buds when you're looking for the plants, because then you'll get the longest amount of bloom time this year. It's our honeysuckles are blooming. So this one's the Kinsley Ghost honeysuckle, the uncommon honeysuckle. It's the only one we got right now this year. And then these sensation honeysuckles. Here's a spent bloom on it. But they're sending out tons of new ones, and this plant grows like crazy. So if you want one, you might need to untangle it from its friends, because I don't know, I haven't found a good way to keep them from playing with each other. All right, and we're just look at the shrub section real quick. Oh, some new perennials that we have too. Now it's sidetrack is we have this Maximilian sunflower. So that's a perennial. The Maximilian sunflower can get up to, I believe, 10 feet tall under best conditions. Last couple of years we've had that planted in the showcase garden. Has not gotten anywhere close to that, but maybe like 6 feet tall. Maybe this year it'll get 10 feet tall. Oh, and then the other one, not blooming, but I just wanted to update everyone that it's new, is a Coreopsis, rose Coreopsis. There's a bench card for it. So this one has like a ferny-ish type texture, and it gets the pink flowers on it. So I'm really excited to plant some of those in the showcase garden soon. So here's just another one of those 9 barks. This one's beautiful. It's the only one that we have left. Has red foliage and those rose family style flowers. The potentillas are starting to bloom. This one has more of like a white or buttery yellow colored flower on it, which is nice. And then we have the goldfinger, which is just starting to bloom. It has a bright yellow flower on it. So the potentillas are nice because they're native plants. They can grow in full sun with crummy conditions, and they just keep on blooming. Here's the Eastern Golden 9-bark. I already showed you that. We have some of the regular 9-barks here at the store for sale, the native species. And we also have this ginger wine. And they're all looking really good right now. Nothing else in this section for blooms. Some stuff that's getting ready to bloom. Like the privets are getting ready to bloom. The dappled willows, they look like they're blooming. Spireas getting there. And then the black-laced elderberries are budding up, although in my own landscape they're already blooming. So those are all of our shrubs that are currently blooming. Thank you for watching our bloom tour today. I hope I gave you some inspiration on what sorts of plants are blooming this time of year. Don't forget to check out our later bloom tours that we'll be posting, where we'll show what's blooming during the summer and the late summer and fall and all the way up through winter. So thank you for watching our video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.